BBC Radio Suffolk.
Let's recap our top story of the day. You'll have heard about this. It is a big news day indeed. Andrew Mountbatten-Windsor, the King's brother, has been arrested at his home in Sandringham in Norfolk. This is on suspicion of misconduct in public office. The former prince is alleged to have shared confidential documents with Jeffrey Epstein back when he was a UK trade envoy. Andrew has consistently and strenuously denied any wrongdoing whatsoever. Ben Lord is a royal commentator in Suffolk and joins me now. Good afternoon, Ben.
Emma, good afternoon.
Thank you so much for joining us on what is no doubt a busy day for you. Let's start with, how significant is this for the royal family? The King has obviously issued a statement. He is out and about today. How significant is this for them, would you say?
The word unprecedented has pretty much become everyday language now when talking about current affairs involving the royal family. And today's news is as pretty much as unprecedented as it comes. If we thought losing his birthright as a prince was massive, and prior to that losing his status as the Duke of York was massive, this is topping both of those by quite some margin. It is totally unprecedented to see a former senior working member of the royal family, but nevertheless still a member of the royal family, being arrested on the allegations that he has been.
And of course, his name has been in the papers for quite some time, but this actual arrest that's why it's such big news today.
It's absolutely significant. The last time a senior member of the royal family was arrested was back in the 19th century, when the then Prince of Wales, who became Edward VII, was arrested for a public order offence late one evening. And the last time that a sibling of a serving monarch was arrested and falling foul of the law was in 1554. So we're talking about a 1,000-year-long institution that our monarchy almost is. And for us to be witnessing this now, given those two prior events, just shows how rare and unique it is.
And of course, Andrew is no longer a prince, and we felt the distancing between the King and Andrew Mountbatten-Windsor, and obviously the King has given his own statement saying that he doesn't want to comment any further. Do you think that the royal family will find themselves tainted by this story? Do you think they'll be concerned about that, or do you think they'll feel that they've put enough distance between themselves and this story?
I mean, if we look at this particular scandal, they have separated themselves rather seismically from what's going on around Andrew Mountbatten-Windsor, removing of titles, evicting him from Crown Estate properties are things that do not happen very often at all. And it is absolutely appropriate that not only the King has said what he has, but equally is very much standing behind that the law and justice system must now do what it is designed to do.
And the eyes of the world are on them now, but they're out and about today. The King is at an event to mark the start of London Fashion Week. So in a sense, they just continue while this big news story is unfolding.
Absolutely. The position in the King's statement is that it is duty and service as usual, i.e. business as usual, and that is why they're going about their engagements today. In much like when I was at school, I learned of the notoriety of the British royal family going back to the Tudor periods, the Victorian periods, and I think it's fair to say that in the generations to come, the significance of today is entirely historic, in that our future generations will be learning about this in time to come. And it's rather unfortunate that it is such a dark moment, but nevertheless, scandals have been weathered by the royal family. Even if we look in living memory, the former King Edward VIII, who then became the Duke of Windsor after his abdication, was linked in social scenarios with Adolf Hitler. Then we had all of the various issues that took place around the late Princess of Wales, Princess Diana. So the monarchy, and as an institution, and indeed the royal family, have very much weathered the storm and continued stoically in their duty and service to the country and the Commonwealth. And there's no reason to think, despite how significant and unprecedented this is, that we won't be seeing the same today and in the days and weeks to come.
Well, that's interesting that you say that and talk about the monarchy itself weathering the storm, because after the death of Queen Elizabeth, people talked about, she was such a popular monarch. What happens for the monarchy now? Obviously, we've seen the rift with Harry and so many of these big stories coming out. Do you believe that the monarchy as an institution just goes forward?
Absolutely. It stood the test of time for 1,000 years, and no doubt the scandals and issues existed throughout that tapestry. I suppose the difference today is compared to then is that the accessibility to information on what is going on behind the scenes is much more readily available compared to what it was in years gone by. So I absolutely believe that the monarchy is strong enough, with the support it has both at home and overseas, that it will continue to do what it does, promoting the goodwill and the culture of this country.
And of course, we'll all be continuing to keep an eye on this story and following it. It must be quite the time for you, Ben, as a royal commentator. My royal commentating in the last 3.5 years has been unbelievable. To go from the biggest story of our lives, when Her late Majesty died, then all the fallout with Harry and Meghan, and then the ill health of both the King and the Princess of Wales, and then to land up with this, it has really been multiple occurrences going on throughout the course of each year for the last 3.5 years. And very different stories as well, as you say. Thank you so much for sparing time on a busy day to talk to us, Ben. I really appreciate it.
Thanks very much.